Hello, this is Chiak. We are back again with Black Mirror 2, where we meet a familiar old character, Ralph, and Angelina is dead, or might be dead. I don't know if it's possible she faked it. All we know is I'm assuming he identified her by the bracelet. But I mean, his story seems to also confirm that, but we will see.
The staircase leads to nothing. It must have fallen down at some point. This shed looks anything but livable. On the other hand, Ralph will be better off here than in a sanatorium. You can't begin to imagine what that crazy Robert had done with the inmates. Not exactly what you'd call a cozy home sweet home. The corrugated iron will keep the rain off, but it must get hellish cold in there. Especially in winter. Ah, poor guy.
Okay, a bush. Why? Why are we looking at the bush?
I think it's an elder bush, but I'm not 100% sure. The branches are very long and straight, too. Very typical for them. It's pretty difficult to break off branches like these when the bush is full of sap. They have a thick, flexible bark and fibrous inner that you simply can't snap.
Okay, this is something for later. Ruins.
This must have been a grand hall. Maybe with a gallery. There's the remains of the first story.
And we can still look at this bush, huh?
It's pretty difficult to break off. They have a thick flex.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume that is something that's gonna come into play later. This little stone head's actually...
A weird stone head. It looks rather like a troll. That doesn't seem to have any practical purpose. I think it's only there to intimidate visitors.
Okay. Well, off we go. Oh,
The raven flew out of a crack in the rock. There might be a cavity behind that.
Sorry. Were there two birds there for a minute? Okay, what can I look at? The stone for some reason.
These stones look a bit weird somehow. They don't look like they've all fallen like this just by chance. It looks like they've been stacked up.
To hide something?
There's a little stone figure.
Okay. It's a stone figure. It's a chess
Could be
piece.
a chess piece.
It is a chess piece. What do you mean could be?
Hey, what's this then? It's a little stone figure. Looks like a chess piece. It's the queen.
Okay.
A solid stone slab. It looks like there could be a space behind it. But how can I shift this slab? It's gotta weigh a ton. A solid... But how can
Okay,
I...
he just says the same thing. Let's look at this. How many chess pieces do I need to get?
A heavy stone pedestal. There are 4 recesses. I can see some remaining bits of black and white coloring in between. Like a chessboard.
Okay, can I just combine these two together? So if I... Oh.
Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening.
So wait, is there... Okay, there are specific points. I was wondering, like... I mean, I guess let's just try every single one.
Nothing's happening. I heard a quiet click.
Okay, there we go. Which one did I not try for the queen?
I heard a quiet click.
Never mind. Okay, so we need 2 more pieces. And that is it for this area. I'm really hoping those crows did not make off with one of the... Hey, Ralph.
Hello, Ralph?
Hi, Darren.
You happen to know about the... Well, okay, there's ravens, but the chess pieces mostly.
I saw a raven there a short while ago.
We don't like him. He's always screeching and flapping, and he steals things.
He steals things.
He once stole the lid off one of our cans.
He likes shiny things.
Me too. And it was our lid.
Do you, by any chance, know anything about the chess pieces that are hidden somewhere around here?
What are chess pieces?
Little figures that are kind of kings, queens, castles, and knights. They're usually small and made out of wood. But I'm looking for bigger ones made from stone.
Mr. Bubby found one like that. It's a horse, a really nice one.
Hey, cool. Would you lend it to me?
It's Mr. Bubby's toy.
And would Mr. Bubby lend it to me?
Mr. Bubby plays with the horse. If you take it away, then he'll have nothing left to play with.
I understand. But what if I brought him something else to play with? What is he like playing with?
With horses?
And, what else?
Mr. Bubby likes music. Maybe you can get him something he can play music on. You can get him a piano.
That could be a problem.
Yes, let's just bring a piano. Okay.
I need to get going, Ralph.
See you.
Folder, I'm just seeing what we've got on us. Okay, so there's to the lighthouse. Maybe we can find something there. I'm assuming he said the police were around.
I can still see her. The charred body hunched so unnaturally. Terrible. I'll never be able to forget this image my whole life long.
I'd say they cleared out this area pretty quick. Wind chimes.
They look like they've been hanging there for decades. They sound eerie. The fire didn't spread much. The grass was already wet before it rained. Those bastards covered her in gasoline and put a match to her. I hope she was already... I hope she didn't have to suffer too long. When I get my hands on these guys, I'll avenge Angelina. And I'll avenge myself. They've taken away the only person that still meant something to me.
How did you know they doused her in gasoline on me? I guess this... Well, it was raining. I don't know.
Wind and rain will wash away the ashes. The grass will grow. And in a month, it'll look as if nothing ever happened. But no one will forget Angelina. I'll make sure of that.
A note?
A small smudged note. It says, the king went north, the pawn went south, the queen... I can hardly read the rest. And the knight to the... something ST.
Okay, well, I've already placed 2 of them. Is that it? Okay. Knife.
There's a knife sticking out of the wooden beam. It looks like someone's been carving into the beam. With little talent, but a lot of patience.
Okay. Crevice.
What's that amongst the stones?
Chess piece. There we go. There's our king.
Chess piece. The king. I wonder who put the chess piece there. It can't have been sitting there between the stones long. It's not been weathered at all and looks brand new.
Okay, what else? I can head to Willow Creek. Not now. You also need to... Why would you... I mean... It's so weird because he's just like... literally going out in the open. So what does it say? King to the north? And then I just have the knight left?
I heard a quiet click.
Okay, and that's it. Just double checking. Because fortunately, these can be the same color. I mean, this case is definitely almost similar enough color to those yellow undertones. Again, we got the bushes. Oh wait, the knife. Bushes, knife. Am I gonna find a chess piece there?
I'll cut a little piece out of a branch.
Okay, why am I doing this?
A small piece of wood from out of the elder bush. It's damp, and you can clearly recognize the thick bark and the light-colored wooden core.
Am I giving him a flute?
I saw that on TV once. If you hit the bark with a hard object, like with a knife, then the bark loosens itself from the wood. Then, with just a bit of pressure, you can push the piece of wood out of the bark. Just cut a slit in the bark here, push the piece of wood back in a little, and there you go. A whistle.
That's music. Okay. Hey, Ralph. I got something for Mr. Bubby. Hopefully, it's not piano. It's not piano. But hopefully it'll be just fine.
Hey, Ralph! Have a look at what I got here.
Okay, that is not the sound of a whistle.
Wow! That's much better than a piano.
And smaller, too. Now, can I just borrow the horse for a short while if I give you the whistle for it?
Okay.
Yay, okay. Ooh, let's go away now. Okay. Put the horse down.
I heard a quiet click.
Open sesame. All right. Let's go down. I'm waiting for these birds to steal one of the chess pieces and he's gonna be locked inside.
The damn bird again.
How do you know it's the same bird?
He's got his own private way into this room.
Okay. We have 4 or 5 things to look at. Yeah.
An old-fashioned oil lamp. This place must have been even spookier in flickering light from a flame. I'd rather leave it where it is. I'd say the raven pecked it apart. Maybe he was looking for something edible, or more sparkling things.
Okay.
Some clothes. They really could have belonged to Angelina. And here, a little book. Is that... That's gotta be Angelina's diary. And here, there's a folded note in the book. But one thing at a time. What's she written on the last pages? Tuesday, I found him.
He's called Darren Michaels. Or rather, that's the name that they have given him, if I'm right about my suspicions. He's very nice. I don't think he has the faintest idea about the whole thing. I wanted to speak to Mrs. Michaels, but nobody came to the door when I rang the bell. There seems to be a man following me. Even before my departure, I had the feeling of being watched. What does the man want from me? Evening. Mrs. Michaels has had a terrible accident. She's lying in hospital with severe head injuries. I wonder if she had already fallen when I rang the bell. Oh, God, I'm imagining all sorts of horrible things. Wednesday. I've been arrested for the murder of a man whom I barely know. I was led into a trap. A voice told me over the phone that they had information about Darren. When I arrived at the store, I discovered the body and was promptly arrested. I think my pursuer is behind this. Or am I being paranoid? Who can have an interest in finally ending all of this? Afternoon. Darren is so sweet the way he's really gone to town to help me. He's so ready to help. He's a bit of an oddball, but I like him a lot. Doesn't matter if he is who I think he is. I've found a good friend. Or maybe more. Later. Reginald Boris. That's my pursuer's name. There's no doubt anymore. He's here to hinder my search, to stop what I'm doing. Who has sent him? Evening. It's him. I know it now. He brought a little casket with him on our first date. Inside there was a photo of his mother and the servant Bates. They were standing in front of the gate at Black Mirror Castle. I recognized it immediately. He simply has to be a Gordon. His mother had an affair, and after the fire she went to the USA. But I don't have the guts to tell him. His mom's lying in the hospital and he has enough to worry about. On the other hand, I've got to find out who my new adversaries are. What might happen if I were to take Darren back to Willow Creek and in doing so, bring him into danger? I couldn't forgive myself for that. I'll go back on my own and start my own investigations into who our enemies are. I'll tell Darren everything at some point.
Okay, so was Reginald killed because he failed? I mean, so far there are 3 sides. Seems like Angelina is on her own side, possibly. That or she is with whoever ordered the kidnapping. Or they have just similar goals, but...
Like I thought. Angelina knew more than she let on the whole time. And she put herself in danger to protect me. It all fits together. The payments from Willow Creek, there being no pictures of my father, and me not being able to remember him. There was no car crash. There was a fire in the castle, and my mother was injured then. She was sent to the USA and received a pension, or maybe hush money. The only thing I don't understand, what is it all about? What did Angelina want to achieve, and what does the Order want to prevent? And most importantly, what have I got to do with it? There's nothing else in it. It's all scattered around.
Okay. Sleeping bag.
So
Jeez.
she hid in here? In these ruins with an oil lamp and her notes? She was very brave. Or crazy.
I mean, if she knows a way to get out without leaving this door open, it'd be a great hiding spot.
So she hid in here? She was very brave.
So I'm trying to get an understanding, because the Order supposedly
The
seems
gate
like...
won't move, and I can't see a latch or a keyhole.
The Order wants to prevent something, which makes it sound like they have the good goals, just they really are burning people. Like, who is the bad guy here? Also, Darren, why don't you just read the rest of the entry?
So the Raven got in here. There's a big hole in the roof. It wasn't really able to withstand the weather.
Okay, is that it?
A stone plinth. There are 3 grooves on each side. No idea what you can do with it. A stone plinth.
Okay.
This note was stuck in the diary.
Oh, I didn't
It's a
read that.
letter. Darren, I hope this letter finds you.
I can't tell you just how sorry I am that I wasn't honest with you right from the start. I've underestimated the danger from the Order for way too long. I've been playing a little game, and now it looks like I've lost. The Order's agents are creeping through the ruins, and it's only a matter of time until they discover this room. I'm going to hide the pieces, and I'm going to try to break through to get to the village. Perhaps I can at least keep them away from the gate. Should you be reading this letter, then I haven't made it. And so, I ask you to complete my work. You don't believe in the curse, I know that. How could you, though? You were so far away. But I came across some illustrations during my studies, and it's all true. Terrible things happen here every 12 years. And that's been going on for centuries. Maybe it's mass suggestion, or maybe it's some kind of radiation, or maybe it's a curse. Call it what you like, but it has to stop. The key to all evil is hidden beneath the Academy. A chamber which was used centuries ago for some kind of dark rites. There are also the soul keys which Samuel Gordon discovered 12 years ago. Destroy them. Destroy everything. And if it's all just a fantasy in the people's heads around here, take away the reason for them to fear. But guard yourself against the Order. It is an occult sect which I had believed to have died out. A great mistake. It still exists. They mess about with dead bodies and they want your blood. According to the legend, only a male Gordon can open the cult's chamber, touch the soul keys, and carry out the dark rituals. That is why I was looking for you. I believe that you are the last of the Gordons. You are in the greatest danger, as long as the keys and summoning chamber are not destroyed. Then the Order will hunt you down to the very ends of the earth. Up until now, I haven't managed to penetrate the catacombs. To open the gate, you need to have the mosaic tiles. I have only found one. It's in my rucksack. The other two are hidden somewhere within the castle. The only clue I have to the hiding place of one of the other tiles is a name. Maximilian Mortimer Gordon. You have to return to Black Mirror Castle and look for the mosaic tiles there. The danger is great, since I'm sure that most of the castle's residents are also members of the Order. So don't make yourself known to them. It's the only chance of getting the mosaic pieces, and the only chance, perhaps, to discover who your father is. It's all so awful, Darren. It's as though I've opened Pandora's box. I wanted to do something good, and in doing so have brought you into terrible danger. I hope that everything will come good in the end, and that we too can start afresh together. With love, Angelina.
Okay.
A curse? All of this because of a curse. The blood of the Gordons. An occult secret society which like to call up the devil in person. It's all so crazy. How can you kill folks in the name of such a fantasy? How can anyone get so caught up in this superstitious baloney that they kill for it? But Angelina's right. Bizarre as these people's motives might be, they're gonna keep on going as long as they can see a chance of achieving their goal. They've gotta be stopped. And I'm gonna stop them. Angelina's death shouldn't have been completely in vain.
Okay. I mean, Darren, people have killed other people for lots less. A lot
Piece
less.
of mosaic's not in the rucksack, and there's nothing else lying around here. But I
bird!
should check inside the sleeping bag, just to make sure.
Did the bird take it?
Nothing. No mosaic tiles. I think I know who's got it.
The bird. Okay, so we're going to be having to come back here later. Oh, what? Do we have anything shiny on us? Oh, we're just gonna head there,
I
okay.
knew my path would one day lead here. I'll find out who my father is, find the mosaic pieces, and make sure that Angelina's death hasn't been in vain. But I gotta be damn careful. According to Angelina, at least one of the castle's residents is a member of the Order. Maybe I can find out who that is.
How many residents are there in the castle, though, now? Okay, at least he isn't going to the town of Willow Creek.
The two stone figures look almost identical. I can't see anything that could be of interest.
Just checking.
I wouldn't even have dreamed of standing in front of this gate a few days ago. It looks just like the photo. It almost looks like time stood still here. The gate is bolted and made of solid iron. There's no way through there.
Okay, options gone. The other nymph, really?
The stone figurine is a naked woman, a nymph. I can't see anything peculiar. The stone figurine is a naked woman.
Okay, interesting. There's still an option. Huh.
Castle looks real gloomy. The overgrown garden, the damp fog, and my current state of mind don't really help it seem any friendlier. The entire estate is probably enclosed by this fence. The aristocrats in this country don't really foster an open-door culture.
Okay. Branch.
There's a really thick branch lying in the undergrowth. Looks solid.
Solid branch, we got a knife. Maybe I didn't need to use a knife. I didn't see the icon turn red, so... Okay, we just picked up a branch
It's
because
damp,
we could.
but not rotten. It must have broken off the tree quite recently. Maybe in the storm yesterday.
Can we do anything
A
with it
tree
right now?
branch. But
Okay.
Huh. The braces on this door are badly weathered. Two have turned to rust and aren't even connected to the door frame at the bottom.
Oh, do we want to ring
An
the bell?
electric doorbell? I was expecting an old bell.
Yeah, let's not ring the
Huh.
bell.
The lock on the letterbox seems to be damaged. Empty.
Okay. We don't want to alert them to a...
No
Yeah.
way. The braces are only connected to the frame on one side, but they're much more resistant than I thought.
Okay. Branch.
Using this branch as a lever should work.
Really? Oh, that branch is a lot bigger than I thought. Okay.
That's it.
I'm assuming we would use the bell if we want to distract someone.
Hey! How did you get in here?
The gate was open.
Really? I'll wring that brat's neck. I've told her 100 times that the gate must always stay closed if we don't want yobbos snooping around the grounds.
If you're referring to me, I'm not a yobo. I'm a policeman.
You don't say. Then you're sure to have ID. Can I help you, sir?
I've told Mr.
Lewis, good sir. To you, it's just Lewis. You'll take care of this bit? Wonderful. You will have to excuse our gardener, sir. How can I help you?
My name is Falk. I'm investigating a murder that occurred at the lighthouse last night.
I heard about that. Terrible. But tell me, your accent.
I'm part of an exchange program. The United States, Canada, and Great Britain exchange detectives to learn about the various investigative methods. Sherlock Holmes meets Dick Tracy, you might say.
If the government deems it necessary. What about Inspector Collier? Shouldn't he be accompanying you?
He's, sick today.
Ah, I see. He is getting on a bit. How can I help you?
Phew.
Okay. I was finding like your accent's gonna give you away, and he knowed that. Detective Collier, huh? I'm pretty sure that was the original guy. The original detective from the first game. Their new gardener's nice. At least he likes doing his job, I guess. I don't know if he likes it, but he is doing his job.
This is an amazing property.
Indeed. It's a place steeped in history.
Unfortunately, all that history often had plenty to do with blood, death, and misfortune, from what I've heard.
The Gordon family was often put to the test. That's true.
Forgive me for putting it like this, but the castle doesn't make the best impression.
I don't understand what that has to do with your inquiry, Mr. Falk.
Okay.
A witness saw an unusual black car at the crime scene.
What do you mean by unusual? The Gordon family does have a classic 30s English automobile in its possession.
Unusual enough. Were you up on the cliff with the car this morning?
The ladies haven't driven out anywhere today. And I also don't think that Lewis has taken the car either. Ask him. He looks after the car. Mainly when he should be looking after the garden.
Okay. Well, I mean, he's doing a job.
This Lewis has a bit of an abrupt manner.
He's Welsh.
Uh-huh.
He came with his mistress, Lady Eleanor, when she moved in here after the death of her husband. He used to look after her castle's gardens in Wales. He used to have a different kind of work ethic there.
Lady Eleanor owns a castle in Wales?
She does. Her husband, Sir Richard, was killed in a dreadful accident a few years back. She moved here soon after that.
Interesting. What can you tell me about Samuel's ghost, which some of the tourists believe they've seen?
Indeed, there are a few tourists who believe they have seen him. But nothing unusual has happened for 12 years now, apart from the castle being virtually besieged by tourists every now and again.
But not anymore.
No. Although, only yesterday there was a married couple who came to see the castle and its alleged ghost. Since they asked me politely in advance, I let them have a look around the garden. But did they find what they wanted? I very much doubt it. There are no ghosts here.
You said ladies.
Lady Victoria, she owns Black Mirror Castle, and Lady Eleanor is a relative of hers from Wales. The ladies are the last of the Gordons. They reside here in the castle.
Can I have a word with them?
I would prefer it if you didn't disturb them. Lady Victoria is not a young woman.
No harm in a few words, surely.
Whatever there might be to discuss, you can also discuss with me. I've been involved with the Gordons for more than 70 years. I can tell you everything you may wish to know.
This woman has been murdered. Did you know her?
Are you sure, sir?
Sadly, yes. Her name is Angelina Morgan. You seem to recognize her.
Come with me, sir. We'll have to show this to the ladies.
Fine.
One moment, please, sir. I'll announce your arrival.
What was that in the mirror?
Mr. Falk, their ladyships are ready to receive you.
Mr. Falk, is everything all right?
Yes, thank you. I didn't sleep well. Lady Victoria? Lady Eleanor. My name is Inspector Falk. I'm investigating a murder case.
Bates said you had a photograph of the victim.
That's right. Do you know her?
What's her name?
Angelina Morgan.
I don't know her.
If that's everything.
I do have a few more questions.
It's all right, Bates. Of course, we will be glad to cooperate with the police. Drive to the village and do the job I asked you to do. I'm sure the inspector will keep us company.
Very well, Mom.
So, how can we help you?
Okay. I have to say this. I am so distracted by her knitting right now. What are you doing? Mind you, I really don't know knitting, but it is like super, it seems super over-exaggerated. She's going to town on that. She's going to town on her knitting project there. Okay, let's go.
You seem to be extremely keen to see the picture of the dead woman. And Bates had a noticeable reaction when I showed him the picture. You are sure that you don't know this young lady?
Quite sure. Only we are concerned. The murder took place quite close to here.
Not the first.
Sadly, you're quite right. It's now. It's 12 years ago, you understand. So many years. And now there's another murder.
Tell me about the series of murders 12 years ago.
No. It doesn't have a thing to do with this crime.
Leave all that alone. Please confine yourself to this murder case. This is quite bad enough already.
Your butler Bates seems to be looking after you.
He has been our butler for decades. He is something like the decent soul of this house. He sees it as his highest duty to do all he can for my well-being. Also, even if he neglects his own welfare.
Is he ill?
Yes, I fear he is. We've often suggested that he sit with us and enjoy some peace and quiet for a while, but he always strictly denies that he can no longer fulfill his obligations. We've recently taken on domestic help to at least help him out a little.
I kind of realized too late that she had put her knitting things down, yet the sound was still going.
May I
love
look
it.
around the castle? I'd very much like to talk to Lewis one more time.
Of course. We have nothing to hide. Stay as long as you like. Only please keep away from the private rooms.
That goes without saying, ma'am.
She's so good at knitting that even when she puts her knitting tools down, it's still going. Alright, so what else can I look at here? I can look at her knitting basket.
A basket of knitting gear. Wool, scissors, and that kind of thing.
Okay, we're not going to take her stuff from her knitting basket when she is right there. Oh my god, you can still hear the sound. Oh my god, there's so much to look at.
Huh. The plant hasn't been here long. Considering the amount of light it gets, it's not gonna last long either. I'd say something like a knight or a nobleman. And judging by his clothing, he must have been around 100 years ago. He seems somehow familiar. Probably an ancestor of the Gordons.
Well, like more than 100 years ago, considering the Gordon family lineage.
A small fire for such an impressive fireplace. The old ladies here seem to be a lot tougher than back in the States. Over there, it'd be at least 82 degrees in every room. I'll have time to stare into the flames and be all melancholy when this is over.
As long as you're not dead.
Jeez. Now that's a friendly-looking face. That's how I imagine a bloodthirsty Russian czar would look like. Wild eyes, evil glare, and expensive clothes. I'm quite sure that he didn't earn the bling on his fingers and round his neck through hard work.
Okay.
The chair looks inviting, but it's too early to have a rest.
I don't know if I want to look into the mirror.
A huge metal globe. A monstrous thing.
I'm sorry, is the globe is an entry point? Oh no, we can get closer to the globe, right? Like in the first game.
There's some letters engraved in the stone plate on the globe's pedestal. There are names. A whole series of them. Wait a minute. The first name is Maximilian Mortimer Gordon. That's the name from Angelina's notes. Does that mean... Huh. I can't hear anything. But the stone slab could be the lid of a secret compartment in the globe's pedestal. And it would be an ideal hiding place for a piece of mosaic.
Okay.
I'm almost certain there's a secret compartment hidden behind the stone slab. But how can I get to it?
I don't imagine we have anything on us at the moment. Can't just... Oh, yeah.
The knife would bend before moving the slab an inch.
Okay. Oh my god, there's so much. Stairs, the hall. What's here? There's a door here. This leads to the kitchen, doesn't it? Does it? No. Or does this lead to the... They have like... Oh, this does lead to the kitchen.
A coffee grinder is the last thing I'd have expected in an English castle. But it looks really new and unused.
I mean, considering Bates is getting on in his years, because he used to just seem to handle everything almost, seemed like.
The door is bolted. Might lead to a storeroom or a cellar.
I see they don't keep the keys here anymore.
An empty vase. It looks old, like everything here.
Okay, let's just have a look at everything.
2 little metal pots. Judging by the layer of dust, they're no longer used.
Can we grab it? Or do we need
No.
to use?
Well, the dishes are well looked after, but you can't hide their age. They're becoming faded. A few teaspoons. They're all well polished and lined up in a neat row.
Okay, maybe let's not take stuff quite yet. We're investigating police, but we're also gonna steal from
Kitchen
you.
range that could really only be found in furniture catalogs of the last century. You can't really make out anymore what this picture's supposed to be. Perhaps it's not such a good idea to hang pictures directly above the stove.
Is there a stove? Oh, I guess there is.
A pair of old rubber boots. They're as clean as when they were made, though. Perhaps they belong to Lewis.
Okay, let's talk to Sally.
Hello.
Oh, hello. A living soul, here.
My name is Falk, Inspector Falk. I'm a policeman.
A copper. How exciting. I'm Sally.
Okay. Nice to meet you, Sally.
Do you know this woman?
Never seen her before. Looks a bit like a snob.
I don't suppose there are pictures of all the cooks who have worked here by any chance.
No idea. Must be ages ago, though, since there was an actual cook here. Ask Bates, he knows everything.
I'd prefer not to ask either him or Lady Victoria.
Then I don't know either.
You and Bates, look after everything here?
Well, looking after. Bates does most of that. He lets me do all the dirty work, cleaning, cooking, and all that sort of thing.
Isn't that your job?
That's what he says all the time. But being honest, I'd expected something quite different, you know? I mean, a castle with such knobs living in it. You'd expect the odd soiree every now and again.
Or, cute prince.
Well, Charles is off the market now. But anyone under 80 would do this place a world of good. Sometimes it really does seem like a grave here.
What can you tell me about Lewis?
A disgusting man. Ugh. I was hoping when I started he wouldn't be a snob like all the others are here. But he's just as boring and in a permanent bad mood. I never get more than 3 words out of him.
Is Lady Victoria a good boss?
I don't know. Bates hardly lets me talk to her. When I first came here, I made her ladyship a few suggestions on how she might want to redecorate the castle a bit. Just get rid of a bit of the mustiness, you know? Since then, I always have to ask Bates if I want something from her ladyship.
What's wrong with Lady Eleanor?
What could be wrong with her? Snore. Sits around all day either knitting or reading.
Anything else?
She plays piano for Lady Victoria every now and again. In this house, that counts as having a wild party. You know, it's about time I got myself another position.
You want to leave?
Yeah, sooner rather than later. Maybe to a movie or a pop star's house. Somewhere where things are a bit lively at least.
Okay, well, I'd be surprised if she was part of the order at this point.
Can you tell me anything about Samuel's ghost? Apparently it's been seen by a few tourists.
Oh yeah, I've seen it too. Out one of the windows. It scared the living daylights out of me. A gruesome face. I hope I'll never see it again.
Huh. That's true. At which window?
I don't remember exactly. I think it was in the Forbidden Wing.
Forbidden Wing.
Yeah, you know, what's behind the locked door in the hall.
Okay. I won't keep you from your work any longer.
Ah, don't worry about it.
To the stables. Okay, let's stay inside still. Oh, this is the... Right, the library. My god. Oh my god!
An old-fashioned telephone. But who should I call? An old-fashioned...
Okay, the family tree again.
That's the Gordon's family tree. Almost the same as the one in Wales. That's the Gordon's family.
That's it? Okay.
At its peak, the British Empire encompassed around a quarter of the entire landmass of the planet and around a third of its population. The globe is from this period. The ladies probably approve more of this division of the world than the real one.
Wow.
Stories, adventures, and fairy tales. Dickens, Defoe, Anderson, Jules Verne. These are probably the most modern books in this library. The Encyclopedia Britannica in at least 3 editions. Will there ever be a bigger reference book? Shakespeare dramas, Shakespeare tragedies, Shakespeare comedies. Ah, poetry by Shakespeare. Bibles and religious texts. Some of them look damn valuable. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a handwritten version hidden somewhere here.
Okay. Oh, is that it? I can't go... Actually, I cannot go any further. So the only thing left here is the family tree and the telephone. I'm assuming she's gonna stop me? Because that's where the private rooms are, right? Oh no, okay.
It's locked. There's probably nothing special inside anyway. An old-fashioned telephone. An antique vase or carafe. I'll leave that where it is. So much for the nakedness in England. 4 naked girls at once here. And the chap they're all entertaining really seems to be enjoying it. So much for the naked.
Okay, yeah. What is this? Bathroom? Bates room? Why would the bathroom be an option? This is the bathroom?
The
Why
door
would you
is locked.
check the door like that? Wow. Whoa. If this is just a guest bathroom, but my god, there is a bench. This is real.
Powder, makeup, and so on. Nothing of any use to me. An old-fashioned bathtub. Doesn't look uncomfortable, but it would be too small for me. A lion's head. I think the lion was a symbol of immortality in ancient times. What's that got to do with a bathtub?
Listen, as long as they're not putting blood in
A
it.
tap, like any other you
Bathing.
might have found in this country 50 years ago. A pile of towels. Small ones, big ones, nothing but towels.
The floor? What?
What an effort it must take to keep this old tiled floor so clean. I can imagine Bates checking twice a day to see if any dirt accumulates in the nooks and crannies in the meantime.
I'm avoiding all the mirrors.
That is
I'm not sure
so
if we should check the
comfortable.
mirrors.
A bench in a bathroom. Jeez.
I was about to comment, I'm considering how old the residents are, but at the same time, the bench is not near the bathtubs. Maybe it doesn't matter.
A chandelier in a bathroom. Madness. Curtains in the bathroom. Oh well, to each their own.
I can still look at the curtain though.
Lots of roofs, alcoves, walls. I wonder how many rooms the castle has. You could easily hide Mom's little house in one of the wings. It's running.
Okay, so clearly for something later. What else can I look at? Okay, can exit out. There's nothing else for me. Yeah. We can only go so far. Let's go outside. Woo, there's a lot. Plant cover.
Looks as if the ivy has killed the tree and is now attacking the house. Quite convenient for a burglar. But as long as I'm allowed to roam freely, I'm not gonna start climbing around on the facade. The guy who built this castle had weird taste. The castle looks really lived in from here. There's light coming from many of the windows. That way leads deeper into the garden. It's all overgrown and fallen apart. I'd be better off staying away.
No, let's go. Oh wait, that is the exit out. Whoops. Oh, so that's not even an option. Interesting.
The view would be great from up there. The tower seems to have windows on every side. Perhaps it used to be a defense tower and was later converted. Maybe it just looked like that from the beginning.
Okay, to the stables we shall go. I think that means I explored everywhere that I can explore. Okay, there's Lewis taking care of. Don't tell me this raven is.
Who have we got here? Huh. This thieving magpie in a raven suit has something I need.
Are you serious? How? How can you tell?
I bet the raven stole the piece of mosaic from Angelina's backpack and brought it here to its nest. An ancient well. I can't imagine that it's still in use. Even this place must have a normal water supply by now. There used to be some sort of device hanging on this frame, which brought the water to the surface.
A bucket? It's just called a bucket. You don't need to call it a device.
Apparently, these things are to blame for the English still driving on the left. If you were to guide your horse with your right hand, you'd run the risk of being squashed between the wagons. Judging by its condition, the car was probably in use up until a few years ago, but it's been standing there for some time now. An old wooden staircase. Probably leads to the stableman's room. I don't want to go up there. Doesn't look very sturdy. I don't want to go up there.
Okay. Mud.
The floor here is rain-sodden and very muddy. That's probably the Gordon's family coat of arms. I don't know anything about heraldry. There are complicated rules about creating and reading coats of arms. It probably means something like, "We are a very old family, but unfortunately also quite insane. Please keep your distance." The gate must...
Oh, what? I double-clicked, but... Okay, I double-clicked. I guess I didn't need to because he was standing right there, so he would have read it right away.
An old wooden ladder. It seems to have been used a lot. And the rungs are really worn and smooth.
Can I take it?
The best of British technology. At least it used to be.
Okay. Well, with that, I guess I should end the set here.
Huh. Ralph was talking about a shiny black car. Is this the one he saw? But who drove from the castle to the crime scene this morning? And what were they doing there?
Alright, so either way, thank you for liking if you like, thank you for commenting if you commented, thank you for subscribing if you subscribed, thank you for favoriting if you favorited, thank you for simply clicking on this video. Until next time guys, see ya!